Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to our another online class of social studies. I hope you all are fine and safe. God bless you all. Let's start our today's lesson. Today we are going to discuss our books chapter number 2, it's natural landform, and it's on page number 20 of your book. See this, natural landforms, page number 20. Okay, now in this chapter we are going to discuss certain changes in the internal structure of the earth, and means how the changes has been happened in the internal structure of the earth. For this, first of all, we will understand that what is the meaning of natural landforms means. Landform means different piece of the earth. It can be mountains, it can be valleys, it can be glacier. So these are the naturally occurring parts, okay, which occurs over the earth, and these are naturally occurring. So these are the natural landforms having different climatic conditions, having different weathering conditions. So these are something natural landforms. For this, we are going to discuss the internal structure of the earth. Means internal, in particularly earth, we are talking about that how the changes has been happened. Means how the different broken and the repairing and the new things, how they are formed. Okay, means how the changes has been happened in the internal structure of the earth by following the climatic conditions. Okay, by following the certain natural hazard. If it has been happened any earthquake, that what had happened? Like it will be just effect over the tectonic activity in the internal structure of the earth. That what does the mean of tectonic activity? The movement of the earth. Definitely it would be effective if we are having a heavy means massive earthquake over the earth. Definitely the internal layers of the earth will be affected. So this is something, it's a process. For this, the changes has been happened by following two processes. Number one, tectonic activity, and second one is the erosion and deposition. For this tectonic activities, it has been clear that the movement of the internal structure of the earth, the layers of the earth by means of earthquake, when it has been changed, so it would be the tectonic activity has been happened, and it's a very quick process. These are the two processes. One is this one is the quick one because it just happened very quickly. But in case we are having another one, the erosion and the deposition. For this, first of all, we will understand that what does the meaning of erosion is. Erosion means basically the movement of the natural particles like rock, like soil from one place to another place, and how they are shifted, how they are transported, how they are eroded by means of the natural processes. It can be weathering condition, it can be climatic condition. So they are shifting from one place to another. This is something erosion. And where they are eroded, where they are deposited, so that would be the deposition, and they will form the huge massive structures which are called depositional landforms. Is that clear? Means if they are moving from one place to another, definitely they would be settled down there and forming certain landforms there, and which would be by the passage of the time they would be greater. Okay, so they would form depositional landforms there by means of erosion. So mainly how the changes have been happened in the internal structure of the earth by following these two processes. Number one is the tectonic activity, which is the very quick one and which is happened by means of the earthquake, and second is the erosion, and it takes billions of the years to follow this process, to take this process to settle down these depositional massive structures. Is that clear? Sorry, and it's a slow process. Now come up to our next heading, next landform. Sorry, glaciated landform. Glaciated means covered with ice. Means massive landforms of the ice. Means are enclosed with the ice, which are formed by the ice. Glacier. So how they form basically what had happened, that when the heavy snowfall has been happened in certain regions, that it compressed the previous layer of the ice. Here I have mentioned it's just the compressed layer. The previous layer. So how the glaciated landforms are formed basically? What had happened that if in any region this heavy snowfall has been happened, that it just compressed the previous layer of the ice, means it is having like intermolecular spaces in between them. This one is the weaker one, and it takes place by the next layer, the normal ice crystal, which is the new layer, and it compressed the previous one by the depression of the new layer. Means it's a continuous process, like pressure of the snowfall is just compressing this previous layer and new layers are formed here. So it's just a continuous process of compression and depression. The previous layer compressed and new layer depressed it by mean of the pressure of the snowfall. Okay. So by mean of this, by this continuous process of the deposition, compression, deposition and the deposition of the several layers of the ice, which are because here in new layers we are not having any intermolecular spaces, means they are very stiff, they are very hard. So when they just combine together, when the millions of the layers combine together, they form the large massive structures, huge structures, which are called glaciated landforms. Is that clear? Which are mainly based upon the ice. It's just a process by having the ice. It turns the snow turns into stiff into ice. Okay. So they form glaciated landforms. That how they are formed? Just because of the pressure of the snowfall, and it takes over the years to make the heavy, huge, massive structures of the glaciers. Clear? Now come up to our next heading. This one is where the glaciers are found in the world. Basically where they are found. Obviously they would be in the coldest parts of the earth. Okay, because they belong to ice. Definitely it would be in the coldest part of the earth. And what are the coldest part of the earth? Means Antarctica and in Greenland. They are found mainly in these two regions of the earth. And about 10% of the land is made up of these glaciers. Okay, they are mainly close towards the North Pole and the South Pole, and the mountains and the highlands of the in the like this South Pole and the high mountains. And see this page number 21. This one means glaciers are close to this is the North Pole, and they are close to these like Greenland, Iceland. They are close to North Pole. Okay. They are close to North Pole, means the location of these glaciers mainly are the close to the North Pole, South Pole and high mountains land. Okay. So this was the thing is, and how much land is comprises? 10% of the land is made up of these glaciated landforms or glaciated parts. Now if we particularly talk about our own homeland, Pakistan. So Pakistan is having 5,000 glaciers. Pakistan is having 5,000 glaciers, and where they are located in Pakistan, they are mainly present in the northern region. Northern region, particularly in Gilgit-Baltistan and in Chitral. Okay, so they are present in these northern region, and more than 5,000 glaciers we are having, and we are blessed with the Great Siachen Glacier, which is the second longest glacier of the world. Okay, and it stretches 75 kilometers long. So we are fortunate and we are blessed that we are having the second world's largest glacier of the world in our own motherland. Clear? So now come up to our next heading. This one is the world's largest glacier. World's largest glacier. World's here we are talking about the world's largest glacier. It's Lambert Glacier, and which is present in Antarctica. Lambert Glacier is the world's largest glacier, and it is present in the region Antarctica. And what's the measurement of it? Let's have a look over it. Lambert Glacier. What's its length? What is its width? glacier, it's the measurement of it, 435 kilometers long, 96 kilometer wide and 2500 meters deep. It's just, we are talking about the world's largest glacier. No, so it's just not only, it's just the largest one, the largest one, but in spite of this there are some heavy massive means larger glaciers which are present in different continents, means every continent is having its glacier. So we are having different, according to the, with respect to the continents, we are having different glaciers. As just you can see on page number 21 of your book, last heading, world's largest glacier. Yes, page number 21, see this, page number 21, and the heading is world's largest glacier. Okay, so here we have discussed that Lambert Glacier in Antarctica is the largest one, and we have discussed its measurement. Now we are having other glaciers around the world include, which are largest, like according to North America we are having Hubbard Glacier, and South America we are having Perito Moreno. Okay, so with respect to the continents, we are having different largest means larger glaciers. Okay, so it can be, it has been mentioned, six glaciers has been mentioned in our in this heading, and with respect to the continents, means you can say that each continent is having its glacier. So we can just have a look over there. It's just not only about that the Lambert Glacier is only the largest one. In spite of that, there are some other larger glaciers as well with respect to the continents. Okay, so I hope you have got everything which we have learned today, which we have discussed in this class. The topic was natural landforms, what are the landforms, and what we have discussed, the internal structure of their, how the changes has been happened in the internal structure of the earth by following two processes: tectonic plates activity, second is the erosion and deposition. Tectonic plates activity is just a faster one as compared to the erosion, and deposition, it takes billions of the years to settle on this process. Second, we have discussed the glaciated land which are shaped with the ice. Okay, and third we have discussed as where the glaciers are found in the world, and Pakistan, mainly Pakistan, we have discussed more than 5,000 glaciers are present there, and we are blessed with the greatest Siachen glacier, the world's second longest glacier, and it stretches 75 kilometers long. And world's largest glacier is Lambert Glacier, which is present in Antarctica, and its measurement as we have discussed. Okay, and there are more other glaciers which are present. They are larger, but not as compared to the Lambert Glacier. Okay, every continent having its own glacier. Now it was all about our lecture which we have discussed, and now how you have to start the work in your copies. You have to make a neat and clean title page. Then you will follow the homework folder where the question has been mentioned. You have to read the question properly, and then you have to read these two pages which we have discussed today, page number 20 and page number 21. All these things you have to read carefully, and then try to find their answers by yourself, and then write in your copy. Okay, keep it in your mind one thing, that you have to draw this picture. Pictorial presentation has been given there, and you have to draw this picture, page number 20, this one, the formation of how the glaciers are formed, by using pencil colors. Okay, I hope you have got everything properly. If you are having any problem, do ask on the given WhatsApp number. Now take care all of you. Goodbye my side. Take care and Allah Hafiz.